We have all heard stories of creatures that go bumping through the night. And while we can often dismiss most of these as fun stories to tell around the campfire, there are some that tend to have a bit more credibility to them. And as much as we'd like to, we cannot simply dismiss them. During the 1990s, people started reporting strange entities roaming around the wilderness of California. Animal sightings in California aren't that uncommon. California's large amount of forest actually means that there's a lot more creature sightings roaming around the state. However, these creatures didn't resemble anything we knew about at the time. They described these creatures as being long, pale entities that seemed to walk around in a bipedal fashion. They were said to be around 7 to 9 feet tall and had skin that almost seemed like a sort of fabric. They seemed to only appear at night in areas with little to no urbanization. Law enforcement at the time didn't really have an idea as to what to do about the sightings. It seemed that while more and more people spotted these creatures walking around, they seemed to be pretty harmless. They were dubbed as the Fresno nightcrawlers. They seemed to only be spotted in California, mainly in Fresno and Yosemite National Park. It wasn't until a few years later, when home security cameras became more common, that we finally got evidence of these creatures. What we're looking at now was a security camera belonging to a man that lived in Fresno, California. In this video, you can see that these creatures traveled through the lawn in a very odd-looking fashion. The video sparked a debate as to what these creatures could actually be and what it is they want to those who witness them. While these creatures may seem like New Age cryptids, the idea of long-legged humanoids dates back to many centuries and is actually mentioned many times in Native American folklore. Native Americans have stories of a creature that looks extremely similar to the nightcrawlers and even have a backup story to go with it. According to them, these creatures are extraterrestrial and come from a very far off planet. They claim that the planet they live on is mainly marsh and swamp, which is why the creatures have long legs to help it navigate through the muddy waters of their natural habitat. They don't think these creatures are evil, however. Actually, they think quite the opposite. They believe that the nightcrawlers are actually here to help humanity with an awakening. This awakening will help humans finally accept nature once again and make everything one. Just like any other cryptid or creature story, many people think that this could be some crazy hoax created by the people of these towns in order to attract tourists and gain notoriety. This idea was even put to the test on the popular show Fact or Faked, a show where they find the craziest videos of anything supernatural or alien related and attempt to fake it to see how easy it would be to hoax.
Well, this particular video has been making the rounds at some of the paranormal conferences, and it's gotten really popular. But it's not like any of the other cryptoids or Bigfoot or anything else we've seen before.
Look, you can almost see the little legs at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see its shadow as well. It's very long. Notice that it has a head.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Me neither.
It's weird. I don't know what else to call it.
Now, what's this one coming in here?
Oh my goodness!
There's a
What's he doing?
Anatomically speaking, I've never seen anything that looks like either of these figures before.
I forwarded a copy of this clip to Animal Control in Fresno. They have never seen anything like this.
So the people that were in charge of the show are pretty much experts in their fields. They know about practical effects, they know about CGI, and they know how to fake something if somebody really did want to fake it. After many attempts of trying to mimic the movements of the nightcrawlers in the original video, they were just unable to do so. Ideas ranged from an illusion of the camera that made the nightcrawlers look bigger than they are, or even people walking on stilts. But none of the attempts even came close to mimicking the natural flow-like movement of the nightcrawlers. And at the end of the show, they even claimed the video to be unknown because there was just no way that they could mimic those movements. So this of course offered a lot of credibility to the myth, and people actually started to believe that these could be actual creatures roaming around California. Now the idea of aliens visiting us from another planet is pretty cool, and I know I personally like aliens for those of you who have been here a while, but I feel like the idea that these creatures are actually interdimensional is probably the most popular theory online. Some people even claim that the reason they walk the way they do is because they aren't from this dimension and some of the physics of reality could be different. Now there was even a video of a nightcrawler appearing in Poland. I'm going to put the video on the back of the screen here. It is pretty bad quality, but it did come out only a year ago, and a lot of people have been reporting from Poland that these nightcrawlers are actually visiting the area. Could this be a case of people hearing about the story of nightcrawlers and maybe seeing them where they aren't? Or could they actually be seeing these creatures? We really don't know. A lot of scientists have come out and said that maybe we could be looking at an unknown species of ape or a primate that has really long arms and really long feet. But a lot of people say that doesn't really make sense. I mean, we haven't been too far off from that. If you look at things like Sasquatch or Bigfoot, it's pretty much the same thing, a primate or something that we maybe haven't discovered yet. But these things don't really look like primates, and even if they were primates, a lot of people say that they wouldn't have that kind of fabric-like look to them, because it seems like they're wearing some kind of suit or some kind of white cloth, and if it is their skin, it is something that we haven't really seen in any of the animals here on Earth. At the end of the day, however, this could be very well a hoax. It could just be a really well-made hoax that people really put time into. If you notice, a lot of these videos of nightcrawlers tend to be in the dark or at nighttime, so it could make it a lot easier to hide a lot of these discrepancies that could come with editing or maybe a practical effect that we haven't noticed yet. There are many skeptics out there that even say that people are wasting their time for focusing on these creatures because that's exactly what anybody who would hope something would want. People would want them to put time into trying to discover what it is, when in reality it's really nothing important. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think the nightcrawlers are actual creatures roaming around the states of California and apparently now Poland? Or do you guys think it's some kind of hoax? Well, I personally don't believe everything I hear on the internet. I think it is important to keep an open mind because in reality we don't know a lot of things about this world or about the universe, and we honestly don't know. There could be other dimensions, there could be aliens, right? So while it's safe to keep a open mind, don't believe everything you hear, but also know that there are a lot of things that we don't know, and just because something seems fake doesn't mean that it isn't true. But that's just my personal opinion on the matter. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Be sure to drop a like and hit that sub button if you haven't already. I'm going to be uploading a lot more frequently, so it should be a lot more content for you guys to enjoy. Hope you all have a good one and stay safe.